Hey there, I'm Matt, co-founder at Helpt.
And I'm David, co-founder at Helpt.
And this is the Cool Kids Table.
This isn't your typical industry podcast. We sit down with MSPs, vendors, and channel pros to swap stories, share real insights, and have a little fun.
You'll get expert takes along with sports debates and some class clown moments. It's part grade school nostalgia and part real talk about what's going on in business.
No scripts, no sales pitches, just a real lunchroom conversation.
So grab your tray and let's hang out at the Cool Kids Table.
Welcome to the Cool Kids Table podcast. I'm Matt. I'm one of the founders here at Helpt, and hosting with me is my co-founder, David.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 10th episode of the Cool Kids Table podcast. Today, we have special guest, James Abercrombie. He's the global community lead now, because it sounds like that was a recent promotion. Congrats. At Acronis. Tell us about yourself, James.
Hey, David. Hey, Matt. And hello, everybody. Welcome. And thank you for having me here. I've been pretty much jumping all around, our vertical in our industry. I started out in support originally, right? So your help desk would have really helped me at that point in time. But from there, I moved from support into solutions engineering. And, I've had a lot of fun there for the past 15 years, working in sales and bridging different gaps between, R&D and sales and product marketing. And that, from there, really focused a lot on integrations, making it a little bit easier for MSPs technicians to do their job, because I know how hard it is to be a support technician, right? It stinks. You've got to know so many different tools to be able to solve so many different problems. And from there, I've moved into a more global community role because I love building relationships with partners such as Helpt, such as MSPs, such as MSSPs, folks who are going from being a sysadmin into becoming an MSP. Anybody who's interested in technology, I'm interested in partnering and having a relationship with. So I'm just happy to be here.
When you started at the help desk, did you have a beard at all? If you did?
None. I actually grew it because I started moving into management and I was so young, I had to look a little bit older. And now I look older than I am, I believe, which is okay, but also I would look extremely terrifying without a beard. My daughter wouldn't recognize me, at least.
Now that you're moving out of the technology, the engineering side into the community side, is it time for a new look?
No way. This is my brand.
That's fair.
Yeah, look, hold on. Here. Cyberbeard, come on.
Back before the beard, think way back, high school. What table were you sitting at in high school?
I was 100% the class clown in disguise, as the kid who wasn't the class clown. But I was totally the kid who was causing havoc. The one from the art class brought his skates inside and, was rollerblading down the hall or kick flipping down, one of the ramps and just having as much fun as possible. I think I've brought that to my adulthood as well. And as we all may think or should think, are we the people that we wanted to be when we were kids, right? Like, if you were in front of yourself 20 years ago, would that person be impressed with who you are today? It's a resounding yes for me. Like, I 100% think that I would be like, yeah, dude, you did it. Like, super stoked for you. I'd have a lot of words for that very insecure fellow and try to pump him up. But ultimately, life is an experience. And I think that I took a lot of that in high school.
All right. So now we have a magic time machine. You can snap your fingers and you're in that cafeteria. Because it's a magic time machine, you get to pick the best thing from the school cafeteria. What are you getting?
So I was the kid who left during lunch, and I would probably be getting Burger King at that point in time.
What did you get at Burger King?
Double cheeseburger, plain cheese, nothing on it. Which is funny because now I love everything on a burger, like a smash burger, pickles, everything. Like ketchup, no ketchup, no mustard, no pickles, no onions, no lettuce, nothing. Cheese.
All right, James, do you have any idea of what we might be doing today?
No, I did read a little bit that there was a Jeopardy style game. Let's rock and roll, my man. I am going to bomb, ladies and gentlemen.
These questions, there's not really wrong answers. So you'll be fine. When we get to the mystery lunchbox question, that's where you need to have your trivia hat on.
I love that the lunchbox is the whole gimmick here. As a young lad, before I joined the IT, I was a promoter of music, and I actually started a promotion company called Lunchbox Entertainment. Still around today. Actually, I DJ under DJ Lunchbox.
All right, James, which question do you want to start with?
Let's start with Class Clown for 100.
Your LinkedIn handle is Cyberbeard. If there was an action figure of you, what accessories would it come with?
A boombox. and maybe a microphone.
Just one.
2 turntables and a microphone. Yeah.
What was your first digital music player?
Ooh, oh my goodness. It was a wave player. I'm trying to remember the name of it. You had to rip your CD and then I converted it into some proprietary format for you to upload to this, other device. It was called like a Nano or something like that. But this is like well before the iPod days. And so it was very complex to get set up, but I loved playing with gadgets again. So for me, it was awesome because I hated CDs. Right? I scratched CDs. I mean, my dad's vinyl collection, poor vinyl collection I used as Frisbees as a kid.
I had a digital music player, 32 megs. I could put 6, 7, maybe 8 songs on there. That was a challenge. You go on repeat a lot.
Yeah, no, you upload your album, right? And then Napster came along, right? We're downloading music.
Even before Napster, were you just straight up, dial up, downloading these songs, waiting 45 minutes to complete?
Waiting like nights, my man. Nights, like days. I remember the first CD I ever burned was Nelly. It was Country Grammar. And that was the first full album I ever downloaded from Napster. Man, I hope that people don't watch this.
Statute of limitations, you're clear. I could talk forever about that, but there's points on the line here, so let's keep moving along.
Jock for 100.
When you're trying to turn a room full of strangers into a team, what's your first play? Break the ice, set the tone, just get people talking, or something else?
Just talk to individuals and try to find something that resonates. I believe that in order for people to feel comfortable with one another, there needs to be 3 points of connection, right? Just like when you're climbing a tree, there needs to be 3 points of contact to feel safe. 3 points of connection to feel safe in a relationship, right? For us, we're in the same industry, right? So that's a connection right there. For me, I like to talk about music. I like to talk about food. I like to talk about my daughter as much as possible, right? So if you got kids, that's an easy one, especially if you like your kids, right? From there, music or food or travel or, just niche things that connect us outside of technology, right? Because you find out what makes somebody happy, they'll start talking to you about everything.
All right, what's next?
Let's go with overachiever. Can I go like for 400 since it's for overachiever?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
All right, what's something you recently learned that completely shifted how you think about community or tech?
That it doesn't have to be industry specific. Community for me was very much built around work for a long time. I've moved around a lot. I've settled down in this location here in California, and I've really started building my community here. Now, there are some people who are in tech. There are some people who run, restaurants. There are some people who run, vineyards. But ultimately, it's different industries. The community comes from what you're able to bring to the table. I think that the biggest shift for me is focusing on more areas than, just technology and seeing, where I can add back to other communities.
What's the unifying thing? Like, we're all humans. We all experience something similar. Doesn't matter what industry we're in. What issue does the vineyard owner run into that's similar to an MSP?
So the vineyard owner obviously needs to find business, right? MSP needs to find business as well. This one particular vineyard owner, you've probably seen their wines, right? But it's not exactly one that you're going to see in the high-end, restaurants. But they have found different avenues to build value, such as selling their wine to a cheesemaker, right? So that they can make like cheese wine. So, an MSP, right? They're also trying to show value in what they bring. An MSP, they're showcasing their services. Now they're finding different tools to showcase those services. Same thing with this, right? Grapes. They're finding different projects, different goods that they can create with said grapes, right? The idea here is that they're finding different ways to build off of their core IP, if you will.
I like that.
Let's go with Jock for 200.
You've been the bridge between vendors, partners, and the channel. What's a behind-the-scenes assist you're proud of? A time you helped someone else score the win?
A really recent one was with Andy 𝐊𝐢𝐝𝐿 and Compliance Aid. Not that I really secured any win. They did everything themselves, but being able to make an introduction to some of the right people at the right time, I think has been one of my proudest moments of the year, to be honest with you. Like, looking at different technologies that are in the MSP space and seeing something that's truly bringing value so that we could showcase it. I don't care if I'm making money off of it. The fact is the MSP is going to benefit. You can ask both Joe and Randy. I was like, I want to scream from the mountaintops like Ricola. Like, let's go, guys. So if y'all don't know, shameless plug, Compliance Aid is basically an AI agentic approach to find out where, your clients need to meet which frameworks and how they should do so. And if you have different solutions in place, it allows to scan that information via API so that you can then spit out where you are compliant and where you're not.
It's thought leadership, right? You bring this thing forward and show that you know what you're talking about and that you're there to help anyway.
Let's go class clown for 200.
You can go back and delete one bad tech idea from history. Which one are you scrubbing from existence and why?
I would say the 𝐊𝐢𝐝𝐬 zip drive.
Ooh.
You remember that thick dude that was what, maybe 32 megs max?
Like weird.
It's so much better than a floppy disk, though. I mean, I think that was the thing that let you have portable storage. Like that was the precursor to a USB drive. Wasn't that the next step?
It was a consumer version of a zip drive. We just needed the zip drive to be better.
Yeah, they just needed to compress data better. And I would say floppy disk, but I loved floppy disk. I remember like having 64 of them to play the Oregon Trail, or like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Overachiever 100.
You call yourself a bridge builder. What's the hardest part of connecting people across different roles or companies, and how do you make it work?
Just being able to speak different jargon, really. Being able to speak to different people's vision and understanding that they may be saying the same thing, but in different words, and then being able to connect the dots.
That's huge. You're not just saying that you're a good communicator, but you're a translator of people that aren't good communicators.
That's what got me into the roles that I'm in today. I mean, honestly, I tried to quit my support role and leave the tech industry. And the guys who ran that company were like, nah, you're not doing that. You're going over to solutions engineer. You're able to translate what the dev guys in the dark room who don't let anybody in, some reason they let you in. And then you're able to tell the salespeople what they said. And there's no arguing. I was like, happy to help.
Fantastic. I love it.
Let's do one more question here.
Let's go class clown for 500.
If you could erase one cybersecurity threat from existence, but had to bring back one outdated piece of technology that the world had to use, like landlines or floppy disks, what's the trade?
Oh man, let's just erase, human error.
Ooh.
All right, that's where I'm going to take that one. Now, I will happily bring back landlines. I do not want my daughter using a cell phone, right? She's 8. She just got her first laptop, which I mistakenly made a MacBook Pro. Thought I locked it down. Guys, I work for a cybersecurity company. I should be able to lock this MacBook down from my daughter. But she looks at me and goes, well, I hacked it, Daddy. And I go, hold on, what do you mean you hacked it? And I couldn't have been more proud. My favorite movie growing up was Hackers. There's a reason why I got into this industry. But landlines, that's what I would bring back.
We have a total of points for you.
1,600.
First question is, where would you want to go for a chance at being on the leaderboard?
Class clown, baby, all day.
Perfect. And it looks like you've got a shot at knocking off Bobby Jacobs.
That doesn't make me feel good. Sorry, Bobby.
So with your 1,600 points, how many do you want to wager?
Let's go with all of them.
As a DJ volunteer with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention Community Walks, tell us, in sound engineering, what control determines the level of input signal into an amplifier or mixer, often confused with volume?
The gain.
First of all, that's amazing that you're a DJ volunteer with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
Mouthful.
Right. Big mouthful, but that's amazing. Sounds like you got the answer right. And you did.
I've got a mixer on my right and a mixer on my left. So
how did you get into the Suicide Foundation?
Growing up, I had a lot of friends pass away, unfortunately, due to suicide. And I had a friend who got into doing a lot of suicide prevention kind of counselor work. Yeah. And she had reached out to me, letting me know that they were doing an Out of the Darkness walk. It was near my house. Wanted to know if, maybe I wanted to donate some sound. Told her not only would I donate sound, but I'd come and DJ it as well. So they gave me a list of some songs that were uplifting and maybe not triggering. Ultimately, it was a really fun time to be able to connect with a lot of people from that community and to, also flex my sound system. Give me a reason to flex the sound system. I love it.
That's amazing. All right, you got a total of 3,200 points. You will be on the leaderboard.
Woo!
That means you've survived the lunchroom cast. You've earned your seat at the Cool Kids table. Now, where can our viewers find you?
You can find me obviously on LinkedIn at Cyberbeard. We're going to be everywhere in 2026. Anywhere that Helpt is going to be, you'll be able to find Acronis. Hopefully, I'll be there as well, so that we can always go out and grab a drink.
All right. Thanks for being on, James.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, Matt. Thanks for having me, David. I appreciate it, guys.
Didn't have the beard back then.
Blue hair. I had blue hair.
Oh, man. You and me both.
Hell yeah, man. We would have been friends.
Matthew, you look crisp as well.
Thank you.
Howdy, y'all.
There he is.
I don't know if I remember what the theme is. I wasn't in any country for more than maybe 24 hours, except for Madrid. and I broke my tooth while I was there on a stale piece of bread in an Italian restaurant.
That's what you get for going to an Italian
I
restaurant.
know.
Does the sun set twice over here? Like, that'd be cool. It didn't.
One thing we regularly get is In-N-Out. And the
Ooh.
fries there, honestly, disappointing.
If you're about to say that these are your favorite fries, I don't know if we can be friends. I love In-N-Out, but people who love their fries are masochists.
Your last phone that you can remember using on a regular basis.
It's a Snoopy phone. Got on these little, stuffed animals and rode around.
That was perfect. Chef's kiss.